Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be starting with good news. We're going to be talking about Barcelona's financial situation. It was said earlier, according to Adrià Albets, that Barcelona are working on an economical operation that will give the club extra income and will allow them to register the 7 pending players. La Liga would accept it for financial fair play, and they hope to close this deal very soon and most likely this week. Helena Condis also wanted to say that the income will also give enough financial fair play to complete and register the renewals of Alejandro Balde and Lamine Yamal. Now you may be questioning, who are those 7 players? And it is going to be Gundogan, Inigo Martinez, that's 2, Oriol Romeo, that's 3, Vitor Roque, that's 4, and then we have Alejandro Balde and Lamine Yamal, which is going to be a total of 6. I don't know who that other player is to complete the 7 players. I was looking at the squad and I'm like, okay, like who else is missing that we have to register? And so maybe you guys can answer that in the comment sections down below, but those are going to be the players so far that we know that Barcelona is working on to register as soon as possible. It's very important to register Gundogan, Inigo Martinez, Oriol Romeo, Vitor, Alejandro Balde, and Lamine Yamal. Because remember, like for example, with Lamine Yamal, it was said before that Lamine Yamal is supposed to come either in the winter of 2024, meaning in January, or in the summer of 2024. And many of us are like, wow, why can't we see Vitor come in like sooner? Why can't he come like in August? We want to see Vitor come to Barcelona as soon as possible and score goals with Dembele and Ansu Fati and Gavi and Pedri. We want the action to start now because you look at what Vitor has been doing with his club. He has been scoring so many goals. He's in the form of his life, and we want that type of striker at our club to score a lot of goals so we can be more optimistic about the future. We want to see great strikers score a ton of goals at Barcelona because we have been needing a striker like that. The last time we ever had someone who was capable to take down so many players, score goals on their own, go up against the opposition with speed, was back in 2014 when we had Luis Suarez. And so it's been almost like 5, 6, 7 years since the last time we saw a striker as athletic as Luis Suarez. And now we have that chance with Vitor, but we want him to come as soon as possible. And so to see that Barcelona do have great news about having a economical plan to register these players this summer, that is what we want to see. That is what we call hard work. And we were able to find out more about Barcelona's economical situation through Rafa Yuste, who is one of the VPs of this club. And so one of the interviewers did ask him, so the president of Barcelona, Joan Laporta, claimed that Xavi still wants to sign another midfielder and a right back. Can the club fulfill those type of requests? And Rafa Yuste replied with this: maybe these players are missing. Since Xavi arrived, we have tried to give him everything that he and his coaching staff have wanted. Little by little, we have been completing this team profile that Xavi has asked for so much, meaning that Rafa Yuste is very well aware that these two type of players are very much needed, and they're willing to continue to work hard for Xavi because Xavi does have certain demands, and Rafa Yuste, Joan Laporta, do want to meet those expectations, because if you do give Xavi what he wants, obviously Xavi Hernandez will give out the results and maybe even win more than just La Liga. And I'm sure that these people like Rafa Yuste, Joan Laporta, Mateo Lamond, they fully trust Xavi Hernandez. They know that Xavi knows what he's doing with the club, because the fact that Xavi asked for certain players last summer and they won La Liga 8 months later, of course these people and the executives of Barcelona are going to be listening to Xavi once again in this summer. Even though they know that they're having trouble registering the 7 players, they're going to continue to say, yes, if Xavi wants another right back and another midfielder, we're going to continue to meet those needs. Now, you guys already know my opinion about who I think those 2 players are going to be. I feel like it is going to be Joao Cancelo and Bernardo Silva, another midfielder and another right back. We will be talking about Joao Cancelo in about a few minutes during this video. And going back to the 7 players being registered, right? Rafa Yuste also wanted to add to this conversation, and this is what he said: we are working on it. We presented a feasibility plan to the league. I think that we will soon be able to announce that there will be no problems for the maximum players to be registered. Very soon, there will be good news. And then the interviewer asked, okay, great. Now, do you think that this club needs to have a big sale in order for us to register players or bring in brand new players? And this is what he said: no big sell is needed. Just have this balanced plan that the league sets for us to have financial fair play. We are fighting for it. We reduced the salary bill by almost 200 million euros. Thanks to the president and the board of directors, it has been very possible. So again, all of this feels like it is good news. It's great to hear that we're going to be registering the players that we currently have right now, which is the most important thing. And especially with Alejandro Balde and Lamine Yamal, by the time they do come back from this US tour, they're going to be considered as first team players. And that is, again, always good news. Props to everybody working within the Department of Economics and everything all around. They are doing a very, very good job. Now, I do want to go on and focus on the right back position because we haven't been on any updates about the right back position. And so we're going to be talking about Julian Araujo and Joao Cancelo and also Fresneda. So when it comes to Julian Araujo will not be with Barcelona. As of now, he is going to be going on loan. It says here, according to Mundo, that the agreement between Barcelona and UD Las Palmas for Julian Araujo's loan was sealed a long time back. Right now, it is not known on whether Julian will arrive in Las Palmas, but he has had video conferences in recent days with their sporting director, Luis Helguera, and the coach Pimienta to talk about all of this and his role in the team and what is expected of him. So there has been conversations with Julian's next club. It seems like he's not going to be a Barcelona player next season. Maybe Xavi Hernandez is saying, hey, look, like I like what you bring during these training sessions, but as of now, I just don't see you having a spot in this team. As of now, we're going to give you an opportunity to go on loan, go express yourself, go do what you have to do, show us why you think that you are the right back for us, and we'll see what happens. And so I'm sure that Julian Araujo is looking at this with good eyes. He's like, okay, fine, I'm up for the challenge. I'll show you guys what I'm made of. And so all of this is correlating towards Barcelona and Xavi Hernandez looking for another right back. And that is why I did say earlier in this video that Rafa Yuste, Joan Laporta, everybody in this club, they know damn well that they're looking at someone like Joao Cancelo to reinforce the right back position. But he's not the only one that the club is talking about, because it says here, according to Gabriel Sanz, that in Barcelona, there are some who prefer Fresneda and some who prefer Cancelo. So there is a debate going on. Now, let me make one thing very clear. When we talk about these two right backs, you're having two very different profiles, meaning that there are some people in the sporting department that are saying we need a defensive right back, or someone saying we need an offensive right back, because Cancelo is a much more offensive right back compared to Fresneda. I want to make that very clear, because I know you guys are going to be debating about this, because when it comes to Fresneda is a much more defensive right back, and that is why I know you guys are going to be having these type of conversations like what do you guys think Barcelona need more, a more defensive right back or a more offensive right back? Because Cancelo is the clear better attacker. He has more goals and he has more assists. Fresneda doesn't even come close to the amount of attacking opportunities Joao Cancelo does generate in the final third. Joao Cancelo scored 2 goals last season and provided 7 assists, while we have Fresneda who provided 0 assists and 0 goals. But defensively, like I've said, I don't want to say that Fresneda is not a good player at all. Defensively, Fresneda is superior. He did show that with his previous team by having more defensive duels per 90, which was 9.5, and Joao Cancelo only had 5.25. In terms of successful defensive actions per 90, Fresneda has 10.98 per 90, while Joao Cancelo has 7.24 per 90. So the difference is insane. If we look at the interceptions per 90, Fresneda has 5.61 per 90, while Cancelo has 3.79. So it's all about what Barcelona want and what they need the most. Because again, Joao Cancelo is superior in attack, and I feel like the reason why he is superior is because he is much more of a right wing back than a right back. Like if anything, he's a right wing back that happens to know how to defend very well. That is what Joao Cancelo is. Because if you look at his offensive duels per 90, he has 9.46, far superior to Fresneda, who has 4.56. Joao Cancelo also sees the ball even more inside the box. He has 2.22 touches in the box per 90, while Fresneda only has 0.8. And so I feel like if Xavi does bring Cancelo, which I do think he will, and I think that he is going to be the chosen one, I feel like that is going to give Xavi Hernandez even more opportunities to be unpredictable. Because remember how we talked about how Alex Valle can play as a left back who can invert himself into the midfield. That's one possibility. Alejandro Balde can be the left back of one game and he goes into the final third and completes the front three with Gavi going into the midfield. That's again another opportunity, another unpredictable system and formation. And then if you have Cancelo is a player that can go into the final third, complete the 4-man midfield, and then our back three ends up being Araujo, Christensen, and Mikhail Faye. So it's very different, right? A very different back three, but most importantly, very unpredictable, and very unpredictable for the opposition, which is why I think that Xavi again will be going for Cancelo because of what you could do with that player and the type of system you can implement. And so I understand that a lot of this is like nerd talk, like I am a football nerd, but it's just it fascinates me on just what Xavi Hernandez wants to do, and I can see it from a mile away. I can really see what Xavi is trying to do, and so it gets me very excited, and I hope it gets you guys very excited, because the team that Barcelona is going to be assembling potentially, right, not for sure, but potentially, is going to be amazing. But that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.